Our fourth grade class was asked to research and analyze the positive and negative aspects of the different parts of the California mission. Then, in groups of 8 or 9 student teams, we built our redesigned mission with our unique designs in MinecraftEDU. Now, the walls of our mission were rectangular because our team decided to make them that way, and now our team will tell you specifically about the different parts of our mission.
This is the outside of the church. The outside was always plain. And now we're going to go to the inside. Here's the inside of the church. Unlike the outside, the inside was richly decorated. They decorated the church richly because they thought that was representing God. We built an altar for the Padres to give their mass and tables for the Native Americans to read and pray at. Part of the mass was in Latin and the other part was in Spanish. Over here, next to the altar, is the water storage they had for baptisms. Other than baptisms, they had weddings. We also made stained glass windows for decoration. That was part of the richly decorated church. The church was the most important place in the mission and the tallest building because the Padres' goal was to have Native Americans become Christians, and that was the mission church.
Hi, this is the bell tower. In the real mission, the bell would actually be made out of bronze, but there is no bronze in Minecraft, so we used gold because it's the only block that really looks like bronze. And also in the missions, the bell tower would actually be on the church, but we found it more convenient because then the bell ringer wouldn't have to sleep in the workers' quarters. They would have to sleep in the bell ringer bedroom, which is here, and that would be a lot more convenient. Hi, this is the barn house over here, and this is where the farmer that farms all the pigs and cows and whatnot sleeps and writes in their diaries and whatnot. And so even though there was no electricity in the time, we used redstone lamps. As you can see, you can flip the levers on and off, and there. And that's basically the farmer's house. Hi again. This is where all the Native Americans, priests, and everyone that lived in the mission were laid when they died. And in the mission times, instead of using mossy cobblestone that we used, they would have used adobe brick. But there is no adobe brick in MinecraftEDU, so we didn't put it in.
This is the missions library. Missions did not have libraries, but we decided to make one. We made it so people could get books about Christianity and the Bible, so when they went to church, they'd have them. There are also books in the church. Here are two of the checkout desks inside. There's one gold and one diamond. We have a lot of books in here, as you can see. And if you follow me out here, you can see the library's fountain. It's way taller than the one we have in our courtyard. And in the library over here, you can see it through this window too. Here it is. And that was the library. This is the animal storage of the farm, but we do not have any animals because we are not allowed to spawn them. Over here is the cow pen, and the chicken pen, and the pig pen. There are also others. This is where they sleep and eat. And this outside here is where they can go too. Over here we have a bathtub for the person. And then over here we have a water storage so they can get water for the animals. And that was the farm.
So here's the Padres quarters. Let's come inside and take a look. There were 2 Padres per mission, and they got 1 Padres quarter for them. Instead of making 2 small quarters, we decided to make 1 large room. The Padres quarters were the most simple in the mission, but we decided to make them way nicer with the carpet and stone floor. The Padres quarters would have a couple of small windows, but we made large windows. Here on the left side is a bed where the Padre would sleep and a chest where it stores things. Oops. Here on the right side we have another bed and some books for the Padres to read. In the middle we have a carpet for them to see, and the floor is made from carpet in the middle and chiseled stone elsewhere. Since Minecraft doesn't have adobe, we use sandstone and a brick roof.
Hey guys, I'm going to tell you about the workers' quarters and the laundry. The workers' quarters is where the Native Americans that worked at the mission lived.
What?
There is a book in one of the chests over here, and we will read it. The workers' quarters were dormitories where the workers at the mission slept, ate, and lived. Next is the laundry.
What about upstairs?
Yeah, there's also an upstairs room because the men slept downstairs and the women slept upstairs. Next is the laundry. And there is a chest over here with the things that the workers, mostly the women, used in the laundry. And here there is buckets of water, leather, clothes, and soap. And there's another book about the laundry in here.
Toilet.
The laundry is where the workers wash their clothes. The women washed the clothes and then dunked them in soapy water, dunked them in regular water again, then hang them out to dry. We decided our changes would be not to have a sunken garden and to line it with quartz instead of stone.
We are approaching the tannery. The tannery was important because it made leather from the cow hides, which was important in California because they used leather as money, often calling it the California banknotes. Leather has replaced furs in the early 1800s. The cow hides had to go through a long process called tanning to turn into leather. At the doors, I posted some signs to show where the tannery is. Our group that designed the mission thought since the tannery will have a strong smell, it should be moved out of the walls. The gravel, the gray part of the floor, was was used to dry cowhides. The black railings were made for the same purpose. The wooden chests were filled with a lot of leather. I made all of the tannery by myself, but accepted help on the roof by. The ground is made out of birch and the walls are sandstone. Thank you for visiting my tannery. Bye.
Now we will go to the guest quarters. The guest quarters were not the fanciest, but they were warm and comfortable. One thing that was always offered to the guests was a chocolate drink called champorado. Champorado was a popular drink that was served to them by mission workers. Something that was also served to the guests was meals so they would not go hungry. They would also have a little table with a chair so they could eat their meal, and they would also have a bed to the left. They would also have a little window, but sometimes it wouldn't be glass. It would usually be rawhide. And right there is a little bookshelf if they want to read or if they want to entertain themselves. And that's pretty much it. When you first walk in the kitchen, you see an oven that is made out of stone slabs since we didn't have adobe blocks. This is where they make the food to feed everyone in the mission, including the guests. Some of the animals they used as food included cattle, sheep, pigs, and chicken. This meat would sometimes be dried after being salted. They also made loaves of bread by building a fire in the oven and waiting until it became hot. After they will rake the hot coal aside and loaves of bread were placed in the oven to bake. Wooden paddles would be used to take the bread in and out of the oven. There's also a back door over here to get some of the things they would use to make their food.
The blacksmith and carpentry workshops are important to all missions because it is how they get wood and metal. The people in charge of the blacksmith would heat the metal until you could bend it and put it on an anvil and use a hammer to bend it to shape. Then they put it in water to cool it. The carpentry made doors and tables for the villagers. One popular door design was called the River of Life. In our blacksmith workshop, this is the carpentry. We have chests full of iron ore and iron bars. There is an anvil. There is also a cauldron filled with water. In the carpentry shop, there is a chest filled with wood. And there are also crafting tables where you can make items from wood. We also have a bench where you can sit on. Okay, the soap was made of potash and candles were made of wax. They heated the wax and dipped the strings into wax. There were buckets of soap and candles. The purpose was to keep the mission lighted. This is a soap and candle making workshop. We built a large building with many chests containing soap and torches. There are also fences with candles on them. We also made a lake with a boat in a chest if you want to fish. There's a wood fence around the lake and a dock for the boats to land.
Now to the weaving workshop. The weaving workshop is very simple. The first thing you would see, or the box of cloth, string, leather, and a loom, and a crafting table. Back then, they would use cloth for blankets and clothing, but instead we used leather because they did not have cloth. available. In Minecraft, the room was usually made out of Adobe, but that was not available in Minecraft. A change we made was we dyed the clothes blue since that was the most popular color. Usually they would shear about 3,000 sheep, but we changed it to 10 to put less work on Native Americans. We only sheared every spring so they would be finished and ready for winter and fall. Weaving was a very easy job for the Native Americans since they were already skilled. This is the garden. The purpose of the garden was to grow veggies, but what I did was made half with flowers and half to store veggies. For the kitchen. This is where they would go when they were out of veggies. That is the reason the door to the kitchen is right next to it. They would only come here for veggies. For meat, they would go to the farm. And that's all I have to say about the garden.
This is the vineyard where the people in the mission and the Native Americans grow grapes for the wine.